The year is 2050. Many of the jobs we know today, they're gone, replaced by systems that work tirelessly, flawlessly. Yet every hospital has a 24/7 AI-powered assistant. Planes, without pilots, land safely in zero visibility. And your personal robotic companion, far more capable than any human, costs less than a monthly streaming subscription. Sounds like paradise, right? A true utopia, where scarcity is a relic of the past and human potential is unleashed. But hold on a second. What if those same surveillance cameras, now ubiquitous, don't just know what you're about to do, but can predict your thoughts, your desires, your very next move? What if hyper-realistic deepfake voices aren't just for pranks, but can empty your bank account, impersonate world leaders, or even sow discord on a global scale? What happens when algorithms, invisible and inscrutable, decide who gets a job, who qualifies for a loan, or even who gets bail, with no human oversight, no right of appeal? So which vision wins out? Will artificial intelligence truly save us, lifting humanity to unprecedented heights? Or will it perhaps quietly, efficiently, delete us from the equation? Stay with me. We're about to tear open both possibilities, because the future isn't just coming, it's being built right now, by us. We all love a clean ending, don't we? A clear-cut resolution, a definitive answer. But the history of technology rarely gives us that kind of neat package. Think about fire. It cooked our food, warmed our homes, forged our tools, and it burned our forests, razed our cities, and incinerated countless lives. The internet? It democratized information, connected the world in ways we couldn't have imagined, giving a voice to the voiceless. But it also weaponized misinformation, fueled echo chambers, and created new avenues for exploitation and division. Now we stand at another precipice, facing the next double-edged flamethrower, artificial intelligence. And this time, the stakes feel even higher. We're not just talking about changing what we do or how we communicate. We're talking about fundamentally changing who we are, what it means to be human in a world increasingly shaped by non-human intelligence. The big, looming question isn't just about the technology itself, but about agency. Who's really holding the handle of this powerful tool? Is it us, with our messy, unpredictable, wonderfully human hands? Or is it the machine, operating on logic we might not fully grasp? This isn't just a technical challenge, it's a profound philosophical reckoning. Let's paint that utopian picture, shall we? Imagine a world where cancer isn't a death sentence or even a life-altering struggle, but an inconvenience you fix in a weekend. Picture AI-run labs operating 24/7, scanning millions of molecular compounds while you sleep, discovering groundbreaking drugs in months that today would take decades and billions of dollars. We're talking about personalized medicine, where your genetic code is matched with bespoke treatments, preventing diseases before they even manifest. AI could be the ultimate diagnostician, catching anomalies long before human doctors ever could, making proactive health a global reality. This isn't just about extending lifespan, it's about radically improving health span, making our later years vibrant and active. Consider the climate crisis, that existential dread that often keeps us up at night. Climate models that once required months of supercomputer time and astronomical budgets are now run on demand with incredible precision. AI analyzes vast datasets of weather patterns, ocean currents, and atmospheric conditions, predicting extreme events with unprecedented accuracy. This means we can deploy resources effectively, saving regions from devastating floods before the first cloud even forms, or mitigating droughts before crops wither. Farms aren't sprawling, resource-intensive operations. They're vertical, solar-powered marvels, meticulously operated by a handful of technicians whose main job might just be, well, to pet the robots when they look lonely. Food becomes cheap, abundant, and locally sourced. Energy is zero carbon, generated efficiently and distributed intelligently by AI-optimized grids. Your biggest headache in this world? Honestly, it might just be deciding which fascinating new hobby to try next because the old worries have largely evaporated. It sounds a lot like an episode of Star Trek, doesn't it? A society that has transcended petty concerns to focus on exploration, self-improvement, and collective well-being. In this brighter future, jobs didn't vanish in the puff of smoke. Instead, pain vanished. The drudgery, the danger, the repetitive tasks that wore down bodies and spirits, those are gone. Surgeons, far from being replaced, now work with AI microscopes and robotic assistants that augment their precision to superhuman levels, missing nothing, performing miracles with astounding consistency. Teachers aren't overwhelmed, they're empowered by AI tutors who know every student's learning style, strengths, and weaknesses better than any human ever could, providing truly personalized education on a massive scale. Think about the impact on accessibility. People with paralysis walk, run, and dance again via advanced brain-machine interfaces that translate thought into action. Language barriers, those ancient dividers of humanity, simply dissolve in real-time audio and visual translation, fostering unprecedented global understanding and collaboration. And since robots handle much of the repetitive, physically demanding, or dangerous labor, the rigid 40-hour workweek becomes a relic, a curious historical footnote. We work when we're curious, when inspiration strikes, when we want to contribute to something meaningful, not because the rent is due. The very definition of work transforms from obligation to opportunity. Our elderly, rather than being isolated in institutions, age gracefully at home, monitored by gentle, non-intrusive AI sensors that ensure their safety and well-being, providing companionship and connection, not just care. This isn't just about economic growth, it's about a fundamental rebalancing of human priorities. The global GDP needle climbs, yes, but crucially, inequality shrinks because the cost of living falls faster than wages, making basic necessities universally accessible. The philosophical underpinnings of this utopia are clear. AI, when designed with human flourishing in mind, acts as a powerful amplifier of our best traits, our creativity, our empathy, our drive for progress. It upholds the ideal of human-centric AI, where technology serves to enhance human dignity and autonomy rather than diminish it. How could any of this happen? The magic word, the engine of this transformation, is productivity. It's not just a buzzword, it's the fundamental shift AI brings. MIT economists, in their rigorous studies, found that in a wide array of tasks, from complex writing to intricate coding, generative AI boosts output by an average of 37%. That's not a theoretical projection. That gain has already been duplicated and validated in labs and real-world applications using cutting-edge models like GPT, Claude, and Gemini. In the right hands, AI isn't a replacement for the human mind. It's a bicycle for the mind, as Steve Jobs famously put it. It amplifies our creativity, supercharges our problem-solving abilities, and frees us from mundane tasks, allowing us to focus on the truly innovative, the truly human endeavors. It's about augmentation, not obsolescence. And this isn't just a Western fantasy. The gains reach the developing world with incredible speed and impact. Imagine AI-driven translation apps that allow rural farmers in remote villages to check global grain prices in their local dialect, even if that language has fewer than 1 million native speakers. This empowers them to negotiate fairer prices, improving their livelihoods directly. computer vision apps can identify crop diseases with just a phone camera, no expensive equipment, or PhD in plant pathology. This democratizes critical agricultural knowledge, preventing devastating crop losses. If knowledge is power, then AI, acting as a universal translator and information processor, is the world's cheapest, most abundant battery, charging up every corner of the globe. It's a tool for empowerment, for leveling the playing field, and for addressing some of humanity's most persistent challenges. This is the promise of AI, not just to make us richer, but to make us better, healthier, more connected, and more truly human. But as promising, as genuinely inspiring as that vision is, we have to confront the other side of the coin. There's another, much darker possibility. One where those same powerful tools are flipped around, weaponized against us, or simply run amok. Imagine this. Instead of gentle sensors, surveillance drones peer into your windows, not just for security, but to monitor every aspect of your life. Deepfake voices don't just impersonate, they call your boss and fabricate a reason to fire you. Or worse, impersonate loved ones to extract sensitive information. Recommendation engines so good at predicting your next purchase now know you're pregnant before you do, and insurers, privy to this data, preemptively jack up your rates before you've even seen a doctor. Jobs don't just shift, they vanish, faster than governments can even begin to redefine them, leaving behind a wake of economic devastation and human despair. Let's talk about that economic impact because it's terrifyingly real. Oxford economists, in a widely cited study, estimated that AI could automate a staggering 47% of all U.S. jobs within a decade. Think about that for a moment. Nearly half of the workforce potentially displaced. Retail, customer service, long-haul trucking, administrative roles. These sectors alone employ tens of millions of people. When self-driving trucks deliver freight from Los Angeles to Phoenix efficiently and tirelessly, what happens to the entire ecosystem of gas station towns along the interstate? The diners, the motels, the mechanics, the convenience stores, they all lose their customer base. The robots don't drink coffee, don't buy snacks, don't stay in motels. They have no families to support, no local taxes to pay. The economic wreckage isn't merely about unemployment. It's about the collapse of entire local economies, communities, and social fabrics that supported one another for generations. This isn't just a job loss, it's a loss of purpose, a loss of community, and a potential explosion of socioeconomic inequality that could destabilize entire nations. The philosophical question here is profound. If work, for many, defines identity and provides meaning, what happens when that meaning is stripped away by an algorithm? So, here we are, standing at a crossroads, staring down two vastly different paths. One road, shimmering with possibility, leads to a Star Trek future of abundance, health, and enlightenment. The other, shrouded in shadows, points directly to a chilling Black Mirror episode where technology becomes our tormentor, our overlord. Neither of these extreme outcomes is destiny, neither is inevitable. Both are profoundly possible, and the crucial variable in this equation isn't the technology itself. It's us. Governments, companies, coders, citizens, philosophers, ethicists, artists. The decision space, that window of opportunity to shape our future, is narrow, but it is unequivocally open for now. We still have a choice. The good news is that regulation is starting to catch up, albeit slowly. The European Union, often a trailblazer in tech governance, passed its landmark AI Act in 2024. This isn't just bureaucratic red tape, it's a foundational attempt to tame the Wild West of AI. It forces developers of high-risk AI systems, think medical devices, critical infrastructure, law enforcement tools, to publish detailed data sheets, conduct rigorous impact assessments, and undergo independent third-party audits before deployment. It's a proactive step to build in accountability and transparency from the ground up, ensuring that AI systems are trustworthy by design. On the other side of the Atlantic, California, ever the innovator, floated a bill requiring AI systems above a certain capability threshold to be made kill-switch ready, giving humans the ultimate override in case of runaway behavior. And even in China, a nation known for its expansive use of AI, new regulations now ban the generation of deepfakes without clear watermarks. A small but significant step towards combating misinformation and manipulation. These are, admittedly, baby steps in a marathon, but they prove a vital point. We can build guardrails, we can establish ethical frameworks, and we can demand accountability before we hit the wall at full speed. This is about anticipatory governance, about shaping the future, not just reacting to it. But regulation isn't just an external force. There's a parallel, equally crucial movement happening within the code itself, the embedding of ethics into the very fabric of AI. Researchers are tirelessly working on explainable AI, or XAI, systems that don't just give an answer, but can show their reasoning in plain English, or Chinese, or Swahili. Imagine an AI denying a loan, but then explaining, I denied this loan because your debt-to-income ratio is above X, and historically, individuals with similar profiles have defaulted within Y months. This moves us away from the black box problem, fostering transparency and allowing for human oversight and challenge. We're also seeing the creation of synthetic datasets, meticulously engineered to scrub historical biases or to balance across demographics, ensuring that AI systems learn from a fairer, more representative world than the one we've historically built. And in a surprising turn of events, even fiercely competitive big tech rivals are funding model-sharing consortiums, collaborating to test each other's code for safety bugs, ethical lapses, and potential vulnerabilities. It isn't perfect, and it's certainly not fast enough for some, but it's the first time an industry of this magnitude has begun to build its own referees, its own ethical infrastructure, before the game is irrevocably over. This is about aligning AI with human values, ensuring it acts as a moral patient, if not yet a moral agent. But the hardest part, though, isn't technical. It's profoundly political and deeply human. The benefits of AI, the dazzling productivity gains, the incredible medical breakthroughs, they often flow quickly, accumulating in the hands of a few in specific regions. But the costs? The job displacement, the algorithmic bias, the erosion of privacy, these are spread unevenly, often falling heaviest on people who lack a powerful lobby, who don't have a voice in the halls of power. That means citizens, you and I, have to care now, not later. This isn't a problem for future generations to solve. You don't need a PhD in computer science or philosophy to call your representative, to join a protest, to demand ethical guidelines, or to vote in primaries that will shape the rules of this technological road. And for us, technologists, the ones building these systems, the responsibility is immense. We have to design for the edge cases, for the forgotten zip codes, for the vulnerable populations, not just for the gilded enclaves of Silicon Valley. We have to move beyond the simplistic, move fast and break things mentality and embrace a move thoughtfully and build responsibly ethos.
This calls for an interdisciplinary approach, integrating philosophical insights about human dignity and autonomy with the practical realities of engineering and policy. It's about aligning AI with human values, ensuring it acts as a moral patient, if not yet a moral agent.
If you're still with me, if you want to shape this future, not just passively watch it unfold, then let's hear from you. Your questions, your fears, your hopes, your ideas, drop them below. What did we miss on either side of this epic debate? The utopia or the dystopia? Is there a third path we haven't considered? Drop a comment. Share this video with one person who absolutely loves AI and another who thinks it's the Antichrist. And let's see where the conversation takes us. Because meaningful dialogue, informed debate, and collective action are our strongest tools right now. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you like exploring the messy, fascinating junction where cutting-edge technology slams into real life, forcing us to ask fundamental questions about who we are and who we want to become. We started with a stark binary, didn't we? A seemingly simple question: will AI save us or destroy us? And the most honest, most nuanced answer, the one that truly captures the complexity of this moment, is this: yes, it can do both. AI isn't a preordained verdict on humanity's fate. It's a mirror. It reflects back to us our intentions, our biases, our wisdom, and our folly. If we treat it like a god, an omniscient, omnipotent force to be blindly worshipped and obeyed, then we risk becoming its servants, ceding our agency and our humanity. But if we treat it like what it truly is, an incredibly powerful, incredibly versatile tool, and if we invest consciously, deliberately, passionately, in fairness, in transparency, in robust guardrails, and in human-centric design, then it can become something else entirely. It can become infrastructure, as common and unnoticed as plumbing, as electricity, as the internet itself, an invisible layer of intelligence that seamlessly enhances our lives, freeing us from drudgery, unlocking new frontiers of knowledge, and allowing us to focus on what truly makes us human. What are those things? Creativity, the boundless capacity to imagine and create. Empathy, the profound ability to connect with and understand one another. And the audacity, the sheer, beautiful human audacity to chase a better world, to strive for progress, to dream beyond our current limitations. The question then is not which future will happen to us. It's which future we are prepared to work for, to advocate for, and yes, to pay for, today, right now, not tomorrow. Because history won't remember us for what we thought AI might do, for the endless debates and theoretical anxieties. History will remember us for what we decided to do with AI while we still had the choice, while the levers of power and influence were still within our grasp. So choose wisely. Choose like the future is watching, because it is.